most people that are trying to learn to trade have a pretty busy schedule these days. They're not people who have like hours a day to trade and have like a lot of free time. There are people with a full-time job. They go to work, they come back home, they gotta trade, they gotta make it work. And today we'll discuss how to trade with a busy schedule. Let's dive right in. So I know you want to hear the strategies that I use to trade with a busy schedule. I myself don't have much time for trading. I do a lot of stuff on the side, and I'm still able to make my trading work. I've been doing so for the past few years, since I went full-time trading in 2017, and I've been pretty busy since then. Now, over time, I developed some tips, which I'll break down here for you in this video. And if you want to learn the strategies that I'm using to do so, I'll leave a whole playlist here in the corner, which you can check out. That playlist will give you the whole strategies I use in details. You can learn them entirely in this playlist. And we'll go a lot more in depth than here. This video here is going to be more about how to set it up correctly to trade on a busy schedule. But we'll go more in depth on the strategies in this playlist in the corner over here. So check that out after this video over here. Alright, the first step, if you want to be able to trade and have a busy schedule right now, is to be able to not overcomplicate things. A lot of people go into trading, they try to make things very fancy. They have many strategies that they combine together. They learn to research a lot to make their strategy better. They have many indicators, many tools they look at, or even if they have no indicators, they still look at a ton of stuff. They try to go on YouTube to find ways to make it better all the time, and that makes things very complicated. Now, you don't need to watch all these videos on trading to be able to trade well. Sometimes the people who trade the best are people who don't watch too much content. They simplify stuff and only focus on what works for them long term. So ideally, if you have a busy schedule, try to focus on things that are actually going to help you get results, and stop looking at things that will just complicate your life. Don't try to trade everything. Try to focus on a few things, and we'll discuss that more in details very shortly. But try to pick things that you're able to trade, you're able to use with your own time, and don't add so much stuff so that you feel overwhelmed by trading. Okay, that's not going to work with a busy schedule. Okay, next thing is you want to pick a list of instruments to trade. Now, most people who day trade are going to have a few. They're going to have maybe 3 to 5, or maybe less than that. Maybe they have only one pair, one instrument they trade. But as someone with a busy schedule, and you won't be at the chart like all day trading, you want to broaden your list of pairs or instruments to trade. I recommend anywhere from 10 to 15 pairs or instruments to trade. You can decide which one. Try to pick some that are not too correlated. So don't pick like all the Euro pairs, don't pick all the GBP pairs, don't pick all the USD pairs. Try to go a little bit more kind of mix and match with different pairs, different crosses, and that are not too correlated, hopefully, to each other. Now, the thing with these pairs, of course, some are going to be correlated. But the thing is that sometimes you have a good setup on one pair, but not on the other pair, even though they might be correlated or very similar. So you can take that setup on the right pair, forget about the other one, because the condition might not match the criteria. And that way you kind of ensure you have a good selection of trades all the time at any given point. If you just focus on 3 to 5 pairs with a busy schedule, where you just look at the chart a few times a day, you won't get many trades and you can get bored. And then most people want to give up, or they will start to look at other ways to trade in other styles. So if you can make YouTube be satisfied with your current trading styles, and you don't have to go and search for other stuff later, you don't have to like change strategies or change style all the time, then we'll get better results in the market. That list of instruments could also include indices like the S&P, the US 30 if you want. Combine these things together so that you're able to have a list of things that are not too correlated, not too much the same, but that will allow you to take enough trades on a day-to-day basis to be able to satisfy your goal for trading. Then what I do myself is I set myself some chart times. Now, I don't look at the chart all day, all the time. I don't look at the chart when I feel like it. I look at the chart when I need to look at the chart. So every single day, and actually on a more recurring basis, I give myself times to look at the charts. Usually these are going to be the same as the candle closing time. So whenever a candle closes, I want to be at the chart to look at the trades that I might have to place, because I tend to place my trades when the candle close. And I'll put limit orders a little bit beyond the candlestick to enter a trade. Now, if I'm watching the charts between the candle close, there's no point because I'm going to have to wait for the candle close to enter my trade. So I don't need to be there at my charts all the time when the candle is not closed yet. I can just go away, do something else, come back when the candle close, then look at my chart, then place a trade that I need to place. So for me, these times are going to be at my 9 a.m., my 1 p.m., my 5 p.m., and probably my 9 p.m. also. So I have 4 times in the day to look at the charts. Now, of course, you're going to have to sleep. You're not going to look at the chart like during your nighttime, of course. But these times I'm able to look at the charts, only maybe 10-15 minutes, place my trades if I need to, and then go back, do my usual stuff, do my other work, focus on other stuff, go outside, enjoy, exercise if I want to, and then I can go back the next time to look at the charts again. By doing this, I miss very few trades, and I put for myself events on my calendar, just like very short events, where I get a reminder to look at the chart at those times, just in case I were to forget. Now these days I'm pretty good, where I'm usually gonna be at the chart at that time. I remember, oh, this time I gotta be at my chart. But if I were to miss it, I'll have the alert on my calendar to remind me to go back at the chart at that exact time. Now, that won't account for everything because I personally myself trade a 1 hour chart. It's a decision I've made to take more trades in the market. And a 1 hour chart is very tough to trade with a busy schedule. A simple fact is that you're going to have trades every 1 hour. Now, the candle close every 1 hour. Now, you won't trade all the time every hour, but you could have trades when you're busy, when you're doing something else. And that's why I also use alerts for myself. So I simply build a script on TradingView that alerts me when I have a trade set up forming at the candle close. And then it will send me an alert on my phone, of course, the TradingView app, and all these things when the alert is triggered. So when there's a trade set up in the market for the 1 hour chart. At those times, I can just go back at my chart, look at that trade. If it meets my criteria fully, I'll take the trade, place the limit order beyond a candlestick. And if it doesn't meet my criteria, I'll just go back and do my usual stuff. So that's going to happen throughout the day at the candle closes. I don't have to look at it because the alerts are going to be alerting me of the trades. And it's just all taken care of automatically. So you define your chart time, you put alerts on your calendar for these chart times. And if you want to go beyond that, then have alerts on your charts for when the setup appear in the market. That will make it a lot easier to not miss any trade and really trade with a busy schedule. So you don't have to be there yourself, but you've got the alerts there to alert you when you need to be there at the charts for any kind of reason. Again, I need to remind it because some people are going to ask for strategies. Check out the playlist over here in the corner. All my strategies are there that I trade. A few more that I trade sometimes, but I'll put them there whenever I'm confident I can share them with people and whenever I know that they will work long term. So you can check it out. You can always go through that playlist, learn some more strategies, and this has been going on for a few years now. Now we've covered your trading aspect, but what about what happens beyond trading? Because like you'll place trades, but then if you just do this day in, day out with never reviewing, you'll have some issues with your trading. So the next step is actually creating a review process. Now for me, it's on the weekend, either Sunday or Saturday. I'll sit back at my chart, go through all my trades in the past week, go through my stats, go through my results. I'll try to tag my trades, see what trades I did well, see what trade I made some mistakes on, things I can do better next time, of course. I'll track these out in my journal, and I'll keep a log of these mistakes and good trades and bad trades to then be able to go back in the future. But it's kind of my time to go back through all my trades and get a clear picture of my week. See any adjustments I need to make for next week. It's also the time where I go through my weekly chart strategy. So it's a very hands-off strategy on the weekend I use to go back to the charts and take trades if I need to on a much longer time frame. So that's done during my review process. But just pick a time. Could be on the weekend, could be in the week also if you want, on like Friday evening if you want, to go through your trades and go through everything you did for the past week and get a clear picture of how you are doing. Are you doing good? Are you doing bad? What are some of the good things you've done? Some of the bad things you've done? What goal could you set for next week? Very important. Give yourself a goal, something to work on for next week. And that way you're ensuring you're going to always get better over time. When you have a tough week, you'll find a way to get back on track the next week and you'll always be getting better, which is very crucial for trading. So this is how you can trade with a busy schedule. Take a strategy, pick your pairs, enough pairs to be able to have enough setup, create alerts for yourself where you're able to know whenever you got to be at your charts and when the charts are letting you for any trade setup coming up. You got to keep things simple. And one last reminder here is to let go of the useless stuff. Now you're going to hear people online on forums or social media say you got to do this, you got to do that. You got to use this tool, you got to use that tool. This strategy works better than yours. Use this instead. And you got to be able to let go of these things because there's a lot of stuff out there that won't apply to you as someone who trades with a busy schedule. Most people who trade are not trading in the best optimal state, right? They're spending a lot of time on their charts. They're doing a lot of stuff. They always want to get the best result possible, which is impossible in trading. And because of that, they're going to share stuff that won't apply to you. So you got to be able to leave it aside. You got to be able to leave aside your temptation or your desire to have more, to trade more strategies, trade more stuff. And this might come over time. You might be able to add things over time. But in the beginning with a busy schedule, keep it simple and focus on what works for you when starting to make money from it in the market. So I hope that was useful for you. Hope you got some value out of it. Let me know in the comment section below. As always, I want to hear what you think. Any questions you've got, make sure you comment below in the comment section. I'll try to answer them as much as I can. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. I publish videos like this 3 times a week. And I'll catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Alright, ciao.